Yes guys, what's going on? Hashtag Shuri here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Special little video here today, guys. We're going to be starting a little mini-series on the best players in each position on the entire game in FIFA 21. Now, as you can see by the title, Defenders is going to come up first here. We're going to do a Defenders episode. Obviously, this episode, brilliant. Thanks, Alex, for that. Everybody needed to know that. A Midfielders episode, and then also an episode on Attackers as well. You'll love to see it. And I thought, yeah, you guys are going to want to see a video with the best meta players in every single position in the game. It's very important to understand that. That's the best thing in FIFA. You can have players with the highest ratings, which obviously, you know, a lot of the time does equate to being the best players. But, you know, there's little gems in here that you guys might not know about that you might want to put into your teams in FUT Champs who are hopefully going to improve your experience, that's for sure. Now, one thing to mention, guys, I'm not going to include any icons in any of these Defenders, Midfielders, or Attackers videos. We're going to do a separate video on the best meta icons because, to be fair, there's a lot of icons that are actually quite bad in the game. So it's important to obviously there's obviously a lot of obvious ones that are good, but we'll come to that when it gets to it. For now, we've got the Defenders episode. We're going to be bringing out Midfielders and Attackers. I've said that already. And yeah, hopefully this should be quite insightful for you guys to get the best team in FUT Champs and find the best players. But yeah, just before we jump into it, guys, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. The support at the moment is absolutely unreal. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. And also turn on the notification bell. Got to remember that one, haven't you, realistically? And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this, shall we? Okay, guys, and into the beginning we have got, so we're going to be doing basically top 5 in each position. And in regards to the keepers, here we go. Now, I'm not going to click on every single player in this entire video and go through each and every individual stat because that would just take a million years, let's be honest. But yeah, in regards to these keepers, guys, we've got Pope, Alisson, Courtois, Ter Stegen, Neuer. Now, what do we notice about these keepers? All from the top leagues, right? They're all going to link very well. And that's one thing I'll touch on a lot in this video, guys. All these players in each position are going to link very well with the players next to them in each position as well. It's part of the reason why they're so meta. Because of chemistry, because of fitting in with other meta players in the game, if that makes sense. So let's go through them real quick. Pope, probably the best cheap keeper you can get in the game. Links with so many meta centre-backs who are obviously going to move it on to next. And he's probably the cheapest one out of the lot. Now, the rest of the keepers, they're not actually that expensive. Keepers are about 40 or 50k. So we've got Alisson, obviously unreal. Links with Van Dijk, links with Gomez. We all know they're going to be coming up next, let's be honest. Courtois, Ter Stegen, they can both link with the centre-backs that obviously, you know, we've got Varane, Ramos, Militao, a lot of players in Liga BBVA, you know, obviously it's a very meta league in the game as well. And you've got Neuer, obviously, for that Bundesliga link as well. Now, keepers are very self-explanatory, boys. Like, you know what I mean? They're all the highest-rated keepers in the game here, basically. And then Pope, because Pope's basically known for being very renowned, overpowered in weekend league, as well as the fact that he links meta to so many players in the game as well. But yeah, there ain't too much secrets behind keepers. We want the highest-rated ones in the game, and that's about it. Pope's obviously a bit of an anomaly because we want a cheap player in there, and for the fact that he's 6'7", he's an absolute giant. But yeah, that's the keepers, guys. Probably going to be the shortest section of the video, let's be honest. Moving on, guys, next up in the team, we have got the left backs. Now, another thing that's important to note, guys, I've not included any SBC players in this video either because there's a chance that you might not have done the SBC, do you know what I mean, to then not be able to have the player. And realistically, that would just not be ideal for anybody involved. But into the left backs here, guys, and we have got some absolute gems in the game. Now, I'm sure we all know about them by this point. We're about a month into FIFA, but it's important to note to you guys who the best meta ones are in the game to get into your teams. Starting off, Hernandez. Now, he's about 100,000 coins, but he's so good. 94 pace. He's absolutely lethal. Gets links to a lot of good players. Being French as well is so important. French is literally the best nationality in FIFA. Like, it's literally the best, probably, national team to use on the game. Like, if you were playing, like, kickoff. Realistically, who plays kickoff? But yeah, Inform Hernandez has got to be one of the left backs in here. Jordi Alba. Now, Jordi Alba's one of the players in the game that you think, like, he isn't that good. But then you actually look at his stats. 88 pace, 83 dribbling, 81 passing, 78 defending still. Like, he's got, like, good stand tackle, good slide tackle. 90 agility on a left back. That's so meta for the game. And obviously, he can link to someone like Ramos. He can link to someone like Varane. And obviously, still really, really pacey. Alex Telles. Now, I wouldn't say Telles is the most unbelievable card ever. Do you know what I mean? 85 pace is just good enough. You wouldn't really want anything below 85 pace. I would say 85 is the absolute minimum that you want for a left back and a right back because you kind of need pace in them positions. But it's just the fact that he's Prem. He links with so many players. Being Brazilian as well means you can potentially get the link to Neymar at left mid as well. One of the main things I'll keep reiterating in this video, guys, is that meta as well, like, kind of contributes towards, like, how they can fit into the team with other players as well. And Telles, the fact he's Premier League and can link with Brazilian players, yeah, I think I've sold him enough, haven't I? Next up, Davies. Now, Davies, unbelievable card. Davies is one of them cards that you could definitely bring on at centre mid as well, like CDM. Having high dribbling as well. Now, obviously, one thing that lets him down a little bit is 69 passing. But yeah, 96 pace. He's just absolutely blistering. Fits into so many teams being Bundesliga as well. Would definitely advise Rice Davies. And moving on to the last left back out of the 5 best meta left backs, it's Mendy. We've all played against him. He is in every single team. I cannot explain to you, Mendy is literally like an icon. He may as well be an icon. He's better than all the icon left backs. I'm almost certain of it. The way he plays in game, guys, I can't advise it enough. Like, I know he's over 100,000 coins. He's a lot of coins to spend on one player, but honestly, he is absolutely unbelievable in game. There's a reason all the pros will use him like basically all year round. And yeah, guys, they're the left backs. I'd seriously advise, basically, one thing I'll say about this video is, for the entire thing, if one of these players in each category isn't in your team, then I'm slightly worried. Do you know what I mean? Because it goes over obviously quite a few leagues that we've got going on here. But yeah, that's what I'll say for the left backs. Let's move on to the right backs. Now into the right backs here, guys. And you can see there's a bit of a theme with the right backs here. We've got a lot of Premier League right backs here, which is a huge meta within the game. But honestly, I find it very hard to come up against somebody that doesn't have a Premier League right back. Now, obviously, there is this Dumfries as well, guys, who's like basically one player from basically another league, as well as Mbabu. But a lot of right backs is basically always just Premier League that you're going to end up coming up against, because they are basically all the meta right backs that are in the game at the moment. Obviously, excluding icons, which, like we said, we'll do in a separate video. But yes, now starting off with Kyle Walker and Wan-Bissaka, we may as well do these two together because they're very similar. As much as Kyle Walker's got a little bit more pace, these two are basically a bit more defensive right backs, you know what I mean? Which are good, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't completely advise them because, like, to be fair, Wan-Bissaka's agility is pretty decent, but, you know, Kyle Walker's 66 agility is not the greatest. But the thing is, they're both so fast. And Wan-Bissaka's defensive stats as well. 90 slide tackle, 85 standing tackle is an absolute joke on a right back. But one of the main things to remember with right backs, guys, is that we want pace, agility, and a bit of defending. Do you know what I mean? Which is why a lot of the time you're going to put shadow on them. Realistically, right backs with good strength, like Walker, and Wan-Bissaka's not too bad at 71. They're probably not going to be the best dribblers, but Wan-Bissaka is a good little mix of both. And moving on to Mbabu, absolutely unbelievable. 91 stamina, he's got the pace, and links with some really good centre-backs in the Bundesliga as well. And the defending at 74, we're going to whack a shadow on him, but he's an unbelievable card in the game. I've used Mbabu quite a lot this year from when I've, you know, not had this. And he's been very good, to be honest. And moving on to the last two, we've got Cancelo. Very consistent card, 6 foot, 4-star skills as well for a right back. Very, very decent. But I'm assuring you guys, these are the best in every position. 90 stamina as well, which is very good for a right back. You're never going to need to sub him off. That's no problem. Decent defensive stats and good dribbling as well. He links with so many players. That's Cancelo. What a man. And finally, with the right backs, it's my favorite right back on the game. I'm trying to save the best till last. We saved Mendy till last. We're saving Semedo till last. He is the one I would advise getting into your team, guys. The best that you can. He's just so good. Medium high work rates, 4-star skill moves, 5'10". He's not even that small either. The pace is unbelievable. Look at the dribbling as well. You've got 87 agility, very good standing tackle, and unbelievable stamina as well. This is the kind of things we're looking for. We want to be able to dribble a little bit with our right back and left back. When people are trying to team press you and stuff, you're going to get very stuck on the ball with your left back and right back, which is why you want to be able to sort of dribble out of tight spaces. And Semedo does just that for you with 87 agility. But yeah, guys, that is the best 5 right backs. Like I said, Dumfries is a bit of an outside option because he is good. I wouldn't put him in the top 5, but he is good. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to suggest a different league because there is 4 Premier League right backs in here. I'm obviously registering that in my head. But yeah, that is the right backs, guys. Let's move on to the centre backs now. Right, guys, and to finish off the best meta defenders in the game for this episode, we've got the centre backs, the most important position of the defence, we'll say. And yeah, as you can see here, we've got 10 unbelievable centre back pairings. Now, I didn't do this fully intentionally for them to all be pairings, but it's actually how it's just ended up working out. Now, obviously, I understand there's some very expensive pairings in here, but there's also some cheap ones in here for you guys as well that I would advise. One of them being Koulibaly and Manolas. Now, can we just talk about something quickly? Koulibaly, we've got 75 pace, 89 defending, 86 physical. If we compare him to Van Dijk, 76 pace, 91 defending, 86 physical. People don't realize Koulibaly's actually had a pace upgrade this year, up to 75. If he had like 78 pace, 79 pace, he'd be going for so much more, but he's literally 30,000 coins. Now, obviously, this is fit in many of your different budgets, guys, but I'm trying to go with the best meta defenders in the game. I'm not capping price here. These are just the best meta players, full stop. But yeah, Manolas and Koulibaly, Van Dijk and Gomez, all of these players basically speak for themselves. Every centre-back here has got over 75 pace and above. Another really cheap option is Klosterman, along with Upamecano. Obviously, this is Upamecano's inform card, but you can go for his normal card, which isn't as good, to be honest, but still very decent. But yeah, if I had to pick out of the lot of them, I would say the best pairing is definitely inform Joe Gomez and then normal Van Dijk. However, the best defense in the game is probably inform Joe Gomez next to Varane, because obviously you can fit Varane in with Mendy, and then you can fit in Joe Gomez with Alisson, Walker at right back, or even Semedo at right back would be my suggestion. But yeah, these centre backs here, guys, so many little pairings that are so good. If we're looking for cheaper, basically we've got Koulibaly and Manolas, Diego Carlos and Militao, Klosterman and Upamecano, and then the 2 more expensive ones, obviously Van Dijk with Gomez and Ramos with Varane. But guys, if I'm not seeing one of these centre back pairings in your team in any sort of variation, I'd be a bit concerned, because these are the best ones in the game that you're going to want in your team. Now, I could go through all these centre backs individually in each of their stats, but basically there's a very big theme going on here. High pace, high defending, high physical. It's about as simple as that, really. As we can see from every single centre back that we've got going on here, it's just ideal, really, isn't it? But yeah, obviously, guys, like on a centre-back, like having dribbling and passing is nice, but at this stage of the game, not a lot of defenders have got good passing or good dribbling. That sort of comes in with the Team of the Year cards and the Team of the Season cards. At the moment, we're just looking for high pace, high defending, high physical, and every single centre-back that we've got out of these 10 has got exactly that. But yeah, guys, hopefully that was insightful looking at the best overpowered and meta defenders in the game. Like I said, we'll be doing midfielders next and then moving on to attackers as well. But yeah, make sure your back lines are full of some sort of variation of all these players that I've shown you here, guys, because that's what everyone's going to be using in FUT Champs. This is the best thing that you want in your teams. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, guys. I'll be uploading the next episode of this in the next few days, and I'll also do one on the icons as well for you guys who have a few more coins in your team to see the best meta icons as well. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a good day, and I'll catch you guys soon.